Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Rin Reviews. Today, I am reviewing the new movie Avatar Fire and Ash. Before giving my full review and everything, I do want to preface saying I have not watched Way of Water yet. So, anything that happened between the first movie and this third movie, I don't really have much knowledge of. I only have like word of mouth stuff that I've heard from other people. But I would say overall, I'm going to give this movie a 5 out of 10. Honestly, it was very disappointing for me because I do really love the way that the movie looks. I love the way that the first Avatar looks. I love the way this movie looks. The visuals are incredible. The CGI is great. The costume designs and just the overall, like, the visuals of everything look so beautiful. But for me, where this movie falls short is two things mainly. One, the story, and two, the acting. So to get into the first part, the story, from what I've been told, Way of Water was also kind of the same rinse and repeat of what the story of the first Avatar was, with the colonization from the humans to Pandora and all that kind of stuff, and them basically beating the humans and saving Pandora from being colonized. And essentially, this movie is the exact same thing, except we get very minimal stuff from this new like fire tribe and everything. And like that's really the only difference. And then also really quickly, my other big thing was the acting. Honestly, I was very disappointed with the acting performances of a lot of the characters. There are some really good moments between the actor that plays Jake and the actor that plays Spider, and also the other kids and everything. There are some of those great, very emotional, very moving moments in their acting, but overall as a whole, it's not the best in my opinion. Like, I definitely feel like they could have done better in their performances. But getting back to the story aspect, I think visuals only takes you so far, and that you do need a very compelling story. And to just retell the same story, adding very minimal new details and expanding the universe very ever so slightly just doesn't work. Like, I did have a conversation with a few people about what I would have liked to see, and from my understanding, not having seen the second movie yet, but what they talk about in the third movie in regards to like the water goddess and everything, I would say that I feel like the second movie should have focused more on like a religion thing and like religious persecution, and that I feel like this movie, especially seeing how Neytiri has this very strong internalized hatred towards her kids and towards Spider for being part human, and towards Jake for also being a human. I definitely think that would have been a great route to follow, is that kind of like internalized sort of racism and kind of dealing with other like societal differences between certain tribes. Another big thing for me is that the movie is called Fire and Ash, and that there's this whole fire tribe and everything. And so I would have thought that they would have had so much more to do with the movie, but they're like barely in it like at all. So I feel like there should have been more from the actual fire tribe. And I will also say, I feel like an over 3 hour movie is so absolutely unnecessary for this. Like, there was at least a solid hour of filler nonsense in this movie that was so unnecessary. Like, I feel like that in the first about hour and a half, there was a lot of great like fight scenes, a lot of great group scenes with a bunch of the actors and everything, and a lot of information that was necessary to the plot. But then I feel like for that next about hour 15, there was just nothing of substance that was needed. And then like the very last about like 30-ish minutes was also very interesting, lots of good fights and a lot of addition to the plot. But yeah, and again, I do want to reiterate, I love the way these movies look. I love the concept of Avatar. I think it's such an interesting, unique, cool concept. And I think James Cameron does so great with the look of the movie and the feel of it. I feel like just the writing and the fact that we're focusing on the exact same story every single movie is so dumb and doesn't make any sense, and that it should focus on different issues with that kind of overarching thing of the colonization and like imperialism stuff from the first movie. Have that be a major overarching theme for all the movies, but have them each also tackle a different sort of societal issue that is something that we experience in real life, but translate it into this, unique Avatar world and make it great storytelling instead of just good visuals and a lackluster story. So overall, if you like the way the movies look, I would say go watch it. If you enjoy the other ones, I would say you'll probably enjoy this one. But if you're like me and you're kind of skeptical on it, you don't really know, I probably wouldn't go watch it unless, again, you want to just see the visuals. Like, that was the main reason for me to go watch it, was because I liked the way the visuals looked in the trailer and I liked the visuals in the first movie. And again, I haven't seen the second movie, but I'm sure those visuals are also amazing. But yeah, with all that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.
Your goddess has no dominion here.